One, two, three.
Good evening. This is Mike, and I am in New Delhi, India this evening, having a wonderful evening with my friends Manoj and Apsu. And they've asked me to say a few things about champagne. So I'd be happy to do that. And for those of you watching this, I'd let you know that I'm sure there's a lot more information, a lot more in-depth information, but let me give you some basics about champagne. One of the basics about champagne is that although it's not really a law outside of France, the term champagne really should be used for wine that's made within the Champagne region of France. So even outside of that region, within the country of France, they don't call it champagne. So in California, for example, sparkling wine is the proper name for wine that is made in the champagne style. Generally speaking, in France, get your menu. I'm missing the...
Right, action replay.
Right.
You can start from where you stop. Start.
Okay, generally speaking, in France, the blends of champagne are made of 3 grapes. Count them: Chardonnay, Pinot Meunier, and Pinot Noir. And those are blended together to make champagne. Now, there are special champagnes made of 100% Chardonnay that are generally only done on certain years when they've determined that the quality of the wine is good enough to do a special bottle, special vintage. The vintage the year, as they say, the vintage the champagne yields are usually more expensive. And for example, the special Bollinger, which we all love, you know, if they vintage it on a certain year, it's going to cost, I don't know, twice as much probably as the normal blend. But and an example of this not calling champagne is even French companies who own wineries in California do not call it champagne, they call it sparkling wine. So that's an important thing to kind of remember. If you see a wine from Idaho and it says champagne, you know, I don't know, I don't think that's that cool. I think you should stay away from that. Although there's no law against it, but it's kind of just bad taste. You know what I'm saying, Manoj?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. So, but let me just say this. Champagne is a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's the amount of love that goes into a single bottle is amazing. It's breathtaking. I mean, it's such a great product. It's like you can really taste life with a great bottle of champagne. I mean, there's nothing like sharing a bottle of champagne with friends. I mean, it's like those little bubbles. Each one's like a little memory coming up from your past, and you can sort of relive everything, talk about it, and live it again. And you can't do that with anything else. I mean, it's a wonderful thing.
I remember how they give much time.
It's an interview going on. He's going to speak. You don't want to interrupt in between.
So the size of the bubbles, too, is generally an indicator of the quality of the champagne. The smaller, the better. Although I've heard people say that's not true, but I think that's true. I mean, and then, you know, the other thing I want to say is that bad sparkling wine can give you a headache and ruin your whole experience. If people have had, like, cheap sparkling wine, and they say, oh, I don't like it. But if you've ever had, like, a really good one, it's almost impossible to not like it. So, that said, that's just a real basic thing. And, I'm looking forward to having a nice dinner this evening, and that light's really bright. And
You can say bye to all our YouTube viewers.
goodbye, all you YouTube viewers. And that's, I mean, I don't think you can really. Everything I said is pretty basic. If you want to write comments that I'm wrong, I'd like to see what part of that I'm wrong about. But anyway, cheers. This is not champagne, actually. I'm in India, and wine is more prevalent here. And there's no Indian champagne or Indian sparkling wine, sorry, that I know about. But you never know. Cheers.